The second quarter-final is here. Will we see some magic in the Lexus, or will NaVi stride valiantly into the semis? Let's find out with your casters, Henry G and Sadokist.
The current guard versus the old, the best in simple, going against a man who has done things that no one in his time thought possible in Get Right, in what could be the last time he dons the gold and yellow on this stage. Coincidentally, they're both wearing that color, but only one of them will move on to play Liquid tomorrow.
It's absolutely true, Matthew. I can't wait for this one. What a great map to kick things off as well. Electro, bit of a curveball coming in. He's got the Jewelies coming out. He's got the Diffuse Kit as well. It's unorthodox, but I love it. As we move into the pistol here, we have got the P250 for Electronic, not for Simple this time. And we have got the Apartments push coming in with those Jewelies. You've got 30 bullets of death there, as it's a very, very slow approach from NaVi now, waiting for that aggression to come through. Boomich in full control of the banana area, and Flamey might get first contact if the CT's push any further.
Boomich with Simple. Flamey could make contact. As you said, Lekro's already waiting. Seeing more and more popularity with these dualies. And Simple's going to take the long rotation back through T stairs. Boomich does the same, so watch for ult mid to be the push. Flamey's got to make contact early, though. That might stifle things already, but they're still coming this direction. Good headshot. They'll back away. Footsteps doubly bound, so they'll hear both players that were in the hallways, but know that they're inside of the site still. And with them pushed back on that alone, they can still take advantage of the map.
Yeah, it's great to see NiP getting right back into that, towards the pit, on the bomb side as well. We'll see if they can hold on to the crossfire here. Get right in the transitional position towards that runway, just trying to work out where they're heading towards next. It's going to be an A finish here. Electronic and Simple, that dastardly duo waiting in the wings towards the apartment. Here comes a flashbang, Lekro to hold them off.
Forrest waits as well to get the information. They've dropped off the hay bales and not been spotted, but Lekro hears them. A second, the duelie's looking lovely. As he sneaks back over, Forrest comes out, but they both drop to Simple, who somehow turns and finds all three. Hat trick on the site and around that look lost, and he'll get the bomb down. Electronic only has 2 HP, but Simple still alive and alongside. Plopsky coming back in, first time on the stage for him with NiP. See if he can make an impact in what is the opening round of this quarterfinal, and he's already looking, but they're unsure of where the two have gone. He still checks it. Every corner, no one peeking in return. They know that they want to catch them in a crossfire because of the HP as it is. Hard headshot to hit, but Plopsky makes no mistake. Simple though, 4th kill, looking for it. He won't get the ace, he gets shut down by Rez.
It's gonna be Rez to close things out. 4 kills for Simple, couldn't quite get the ace to defuse. It's right on the nose, but it looks like it's absolutely fine, and he knows it as well. NiP get through by the skin of their teeth at that point. It felt like a comfortable round. The Jewelies were lighting up the scoreboard there, but still, Simple answers back, and that really sets the tone. You know we're going to see a force buy in the second round. Simple's going to get an AK out. Look at these kills coming in. This guy is ready to perform on the stage right now. Rez has been looking electric all tournament as well. I can't wait to see this battle take place. There's the AK on Simple. UMP as well. This is going to be a difficult round for NiP to fend off.
Simple back into Banana. Molotov down, smoke at the ready, but it won't spread that far, so they may not think he's here.
Yeah, he doesn't have to use it unless it touches him. Now it has, he's in trouble, taking nade damage here, but still willing to fight. Plopsky at the very top there. He's got the MP9, and oh my goodness, you don't want to mess with Simple at these angles. The pre-fire, is it coming in? You better believe it is! It's a double headshot. B bomb site is wide open. Get right, trying to retake with the MP9. Is it even possible at this point?
Back in the site, Lekro gets another shot. Just to note, Simple has all 6 kills for NaVi so far. Bomb's back down to the bottom stairs. They've already got the rotation in. 3 in the site.
This is weird.
It is weird. It's really late. No one's gone back for it. And Boomich is going to go join his teammates because they have the open site. But truthfully, he could have walked up and gone toward A. It may not matter. Flamey and Electronic with kills. Boomich didn't want to go alone for the fact that if he did lose the bomb to someone in rotation, it would have caused a problem. But they could have backed it out as well. Either way, it'll be all fine. It's just Forrest. He does have a kit, and he has, well, had a smoke, but perhaps trying to secure his exit at this point, and the bullets seem to evaporate as Electronic comes in instead.
It's a scary map. The things Simple are doing are unspeakable right now. The Glock 4K He opens up the B bomb site single-handedly with 40 HP. No one can get close to him. They don't even have time to fire a bullet as he pre-fires every corner with just unique precision. Look at this. Rez could do nothing about it. He's one of the best aimers in the game right now as well. And Simple with the pre-fire and Plopsky, round done at that point. It really doesn't look good for NiP as they force by into the second round here. The CZs, the Deagles are coming out. NaVi have struggled with this round throughout the tournament though. We'll see if Lekro, a bit of a specialist with the scout, doesn't land that shot. He'll be falling back as he'll do no damage at the very start. Zeus going for that basic control, but there's anything but as Rez will just take off his head there. It's a 5-on-4 early. He enters the choke point alone with no trade potential, and down he goes.
Lekro's got the angle. It's slow to react. Trying to get the shot off with the scouts. Body shot wouldn't have worked anyway. Tag would have been lovely just to weaken them up, considering they've already lost Zeus. That is a massive contribution. We know that the Deagles on top of it are menacing. CZ's DPS, in terms of that statistic, it's a hard one to quantify in Counter-Strike because one headshot from one gun kind of outrules the DPS fact, but can certainly dish damage out in a fast manner when they do arrive on sites. And Simple is heading over to the roof, but Electronic isn't comfortable with them doing that alone. He wants to purge the B side or at least get some information if possible.
Now this looks deadly. Simple making his way through a solo gambit towards the A side, waiting for a mistake, an opportunity to be presented towards him, but they are running out of time. They have to commit towards A here. Difficult task. Get right needs the headshot with the Deagle. He has got Ferris up in the balcony as well. It's not going to be checked. Another kill here for NiP as they start to look very decent indeed. Time running low. There's the scout. It looks like NiP are actually going to take this round. 3 versus 1. Time is just not there for Electronic, but the frag is. Can he even get the bomb down at this point?
Yes, he
5
can.
seconds, but he's going to try and bait it out. Now he can plant. He can still get it down. He can still get it down. 1 versus 1. Rez, he didn't push, and now Electronic has the advantage.
He saw his head. He saw him. He knows he's there. He goes back up on the ball. That is as close to clutch as you'll ever see. He just barely got that plant off. And a fake at 8 seconds. The ball's on the man.
I can't believe it. That's the only way he wins the round. If he goes to the full plant there, they rushed him down. They didn't play that incorrectly. They did everything they could. It was just a very smart play from Electronic. He said in interviews before, he thinks he can be a better player than Simple. We're starting to see signs of him getting on that level at this point. What an amazing round. It was a difficult start. The Deagle headshots coming through, but a 3 versus 1 to close it out. Electronic lights them up here. It's the MP9 to kick things off. The UMP and the fake plant. Plopsky didn't see it coming, and then he bests Rez in the 1 versus 1. What a great round and a full eco for NiP now as we enter round number 4. A bit of respite here, a chance to calm down. It's been quite the affair so far. They sent 4 players in towards Banana. We've got a nice stack at the back of B. This is a very powerful one. With a Deagle there, you can get a lot of kills. I think they have a P250 or USP. Probably not going to find a frag with this one, but maybe a dink.
Yeah, dink, certainly. Yep, I'll give you that. But the head armor, unfortunately, nullifies the fact that this range is the problem. He's on, but they didn't. Oh, they did spot Boomich. Boomich has the information there's a boost, knows there's 2 there. Supposing that there's a stack, he still has to clear the other side. Fair enough. Bit unfortunate on timing, but you would have expected there was more support for him, given that Zeus was still in the corner. So they lose the first man again, but still trying to solve this issue. They're going to have Simple get traded out next. USPs are doing extremely well.
Someone decide what's happening at this point. The Molotovs come in. That should make things a little bit easier for them, but they're taking heavy damage. Still, the P250 finds yet another frag.
Brilliant
Lekro. Yeah, this has cost NaVi a lot of money here. He's too far away to really do anything with this as the bomb gets planted. But what a round. That was full USPs and 2 P250s. That was it. No armor, no nades, 3 kills. They're making NaVi sweat.
And even if Lekro just sits and holds for exits, causes some bomb damage here, gets 1 more gun down, maybe even gets an AK himself, they've won the economy battle in this round. The fact that they traded that well on the site is huge. Down to 31 HP, but he's aware they're still inside of the site. They can slip through ruins at this point, and Zeus just confirms it. That's what needed to be done at that point in time.
Yeah, they win the round, but it's been too close so far. The money's so low, so NiP know they've done damage at this point. Is it enough, though, for the AWP to be brought out? NiP not a team that relies on it necessarily. We're going to have 5 M4s come through. No AUGs. You're seeing that drop off, which is an interesting note just to see that nerfed. It is actually significantly less in the quarterfinals so far. Do see a lot more Kriegs, though. There's going to be 2 of those, Electronic and Flamey, of course, as the bomb left in T-spawn again. 4 players heading towards B. It's always such a controversial battle. Speaking of which, Simple legs get right. He jumps across. And we'll be down to 18 HP as Rez. He'll be willing to fight at the sandbags here.
Bounce nade off the wall, Rez. Forward of Flames. He's committed at this point. And a very ominous position to be in because what waits on the backside of the smoke, well, fortunately for him, his real estate now. Early op. I shouldn't say early, we are in round 5, but T-side op for Simple.
Yeah, it's a scary one. He knows there's not going to be an AWP on the NiP side, so they're slowing things right down and seeing what he can find here. Face checking towards Arch. With Get Right tagged up as well, they have to go into a very passive stance. They can't really have a traditional crossfire here. They have to play the pit. See Lekro tentatively in towards that Arch as Zeus. He knows there's a push going on there. He knows something's not quite right. A player in towards the logs and a wallbang, of course. Rez needs 2 here. The round's over. Are they going to check it? They will. He still finds the double kill. He makes this round possible for NiP, but that's the cue. They're making their way forward. They're smoking CT spawn. Lekro has to sink or swim at this point. Does he push through the smoke or go towards ruins? He'll wait for the rotations. He will try and do what he can from this, but he can't overcommit. If he goes down now, there's no chance of winning the round.
It's fine for Boomich as well. It means that Forest can't get there. They've got to do this on their own, but they are so far. Get Right gets at least past CT spawn. Boomich is trying to race back and get to Simple, but Simple, AWP.
Oh, the flash.
They're about 100 HP, and he knows he can peek on that. Unfortunately, the smoke down means he couldn't get right off of it. So it doesn't work out yet, but he had the information. He could still re-peek the angle, could still time the smoke, and he does that so well. And now Lekro finds himself in a 1-on-2 rather than Simple isolated in what was one, because Boomich is on the map, and unfortunately the bomb is as well, and it is about to destroy half of it because it's now 4-1 for NaVi.
Great game so far from NaVi. Aggressive stuff there from NiP, getting full control of the banana position, but you could see it's so difficult to hold on to. If you've fully committed, you've expended all your utility, you have to stay down there. You need to commit to that crossfire down at the logs and the barrels because you won't be able to hold off the execution. Rez, he did more than he had to there. He gets 2 frags, that's what he was worth, but unfortunately the trades were there. 3 versus 3, great little flank here from Boomich. If he goes down there, there's a real chance for NiP. The problem is Simple's hitting absolutely everything right now, and he played it perfectly. He just ran the time down, got the kill that was required in CT spawn, and then waited, just timed it down, and we'll get ourselves a 4-1 scoreline here, and no partial buy, really. You'll classify this one as an eco. No armor, just a few upgraded pistols, and a couple of HEs. That's about it. As they stack towards the apartments, 3 players there, but mid-control granted already for NaVi.
Slow start for this man so far. Get Right. Only the 1 kill, but hasn't had a lot to work with. Zeus, that's only his 2nd. AK versus pistol. Almost going to go in his favor. Forrest is actually behind him. Oh, that's the bomb. I know it's really a lot of time left in the round, but he can make this very awkward. The fact that he gets away with that with 100 HP, re-peeks and gets a dink as well. Now they've got something in it. No guns grabbed because of the location of Simple and the fact that he can posture above them and guard the positions. But they've got, oh, that's huge. I was gonna say they've got Electronic and No Man's Land caught out. And he gets the kill that's gonna keep him alive. Bomb gets planted and now things settle.
A bit of excitement there, a bit more from Forrest. 3 kills in the round. We'll see whether he can actually do anything with this now. They have got a Krieg, but no kits, remember, or armor. Might be just better off just saving it.
It might be. They can hold them in. No nades, so Doja won't get a calling at this point in time.
Sex bomb in the corner.
Sex bomb, that's right. That's where they will save. They'll head that direction knowingly that they are being watched from either exit point. So another one that comes close, but not close enough with pistols for NiP. But for the 2nd time, they bring it down to just, oh, they lost. Okay, it wasn't the Krieg, though, so Krieg's still up.
A good point. It was Rez with just a pistol.
But nonetheless, the 2nd time, they brought it down to just 2 players remaining with pistols. So they are still chipping away constantly at NaVi's economy.
If it was a CT side, I would say that's a massive deal. On the T side, the fact that Simple, he still is alive. We've got 6K on Flamey, Simple, $5,000. Like, they're good for a couple of rounds here. They've already got 5-1 scoreline. It's his NiP still, yeah, sure, you're getting close. Unless you're winning a couple of those rounds, it doesn't do a whole lot for you. Electro now has the AWP. He's been performing well with that weapon so far in this tournament. He is calling again, but Electronic is an absolute savage here, pushing through every bit of utility they have above the flames, and a little bit of damage taken here. It's the classic battle we all love to watch, but who will come out on top? It's Reds once again towards those sandbags, and most of the utility now has been dumped. They have to commit to this fight once again. They've done substantial damage towards the T side, but Flamey ready and waiting for the duel.
Don't forget that Simple was down sub 30 HP when he found 2 entries on round 2, so anything can happen here.
I love this play from Boomich. His timings of the flanks have been perfect, so now he's just trying to show a little bit of presence here. He's confirmed that no one's really watched in the apartments. He can find maybe 1 kill with. There's 2 players towards quad. Take one of those down, it's going to force a rotation.
I would suggest that what we've seen in this event so far, Boomich seems the most comfortable on Inferno and playing this lurk role and getting information for his team. Obviously, fitting into a new lineup is never easy, but if he can have some individual aspects to it, which kind of he does by being the lurker, it's a significant smoke to Arch.
So we have all the get right boost there. That's a problem. Flamey spotted him. The flashbang is absolutely spot on. Boomich to provide it. 5 versus 4.
A bomb's over toward the top of Banana. They're just trying
smoke
to get the rotation. There is 1 smoke there. They're not going to get a rotation until right now, and it's so well timed because Electronic catches Plopsky. That brings Rez back. Bomb drop, but he's alone, flashing himself back in. He might be able to line them up. Oh, I thought for sure he would find at least 2, but smart reactions from Zeus. Looked away, fully restored, turned back, and it's all on to Forest.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, this one's just out of reach. NaVi have played a very good game. Nothing too flashy here, just classic fundamentals of Counter-Strike, really. Defaults, good trades, good shots, nice lurking going on, and making sure they're committing to bomb site. There's been a few hairy moments, sure, against the Pistols, but as long as you win the round at the end, it doesn't actually matter. This is what it's all about, posting rounds on the T side. It's their map pick, but they're looking incredibly comfortable right now, as Forest will try and save his silenced M4 towards T spawn. And this stage, you would assume that we'll have the maximum loss bonus. So there is money there for the CTs, especially with him saving the M4. Plopsky's got 2,400. So another buy if he survives, but still, it's not looking good at all. 6-1 now as 3 players survive once again. That money we mentioned earlier that was being chipped away at, it really is recovering now.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate side, is you have to follow each and every round. You can't just win one or have that impact here and there and then have it fall off, so. Timeout, tactical. Coaches have their contribution. These are obviously a little more relaxed on the NaVi side.
Yeah, not much has to be said there. There's more of the same here, boys. We're happy with this. This is looking very good. On the other side, though, NiP needs to decide if they buy into this round. They've got 1 M4 and not a whole lot else. They've got around $3,000. They're going to buy some Deagles here. Plopsky could even buy a Hail Mary AWP, but they don't really have the superstar AWP. They don't have someone like a Guardian or Oscar or a Simple, of course, to really carry them for a round like that. He purchases the FAMAS like that. It gives him a fighting chance this round. He doesn't expend all of his cash. He had a lot more than everyone else. You have a FAMAS, an M4, 3 Deagles. Lekro is the top 5 Deagle player in the world, in my opinion. So if he can get going, there is a chance that NiP win this round and light the fire beneath themselves. Forest, there we go. That's what we needed. He flashes himself in towards middle, takes Boomich down. A nice advantage found.
Nade ready for Rez. All there. Ricochet off the wall. Oh, 1 cross. Zeus got a cross. Now he's safe. Smoking his way. He'll potentially counter that with 1 of his own, but it's early, minute 20, and they're actually going to go. They're trying to hold utility as long as they can, but it's too late. 3 in the sight, though, and it's Lekro with the pistol in the back lines.
Yeah, you could feel it coming. They try to sneak a player through. And the Deagles have been a big talking point of this event. It's NiP with a 5-on-3 advantage here. But it's Simple, they're still alive here. Flamey trying to set them up, trying to get some positional control. Making his way towards the arch, no one really there. He is clean up until the corner. Forest will have the M4, he times it well. Another kill, this is looking very good now. Surely they don't give this one up. With 40 seconds remaining, this man in the screen alive, anything can and will happen. He has the bomb, 9 kills to his name. He just needs to find an opening, and his teammate, that's going to be Zeus. Also with the same idea. If he gets this kill on Forest, there's a real chance to get the bomb down here. Spots the barrel, takes him down, but where's the second NiP player? It's get right towards Boiler. They can get a plant here, and Simple's found yet another frag. Surely they don't steal this one away.
Oh, get right. Lovely shot on Zeus. It's all to Simple. And they are on the move, they're on the rotation. They could well steal this away. He's going to go aggressive as he has to do and always does in these situations. Lucky to be alive, gets away.
No way.
And he's gonna switch. Baits some sound by throwing the pistol. He wanted them to believe he was on the corner box in the smoke, but they wouldn't push through, and 3 is too many. Finally, an IP steal one.
Well, that's the round they needed. Forrest took matters into his own hands. He flashes himself towards the middle. He gets the opening frag. They needed one of those rounds to come in their favor. Like we said, yes, they've come very close in their ecos to winning them. There's been a couple of 1-versus-1s, but unless the win's on the board, T side, it's not going to dent them too much. And that one hurts. That one hurts a lot more. And it gets NiP back in the game now as we go 6-2. Here's the replay. I told you, Lacro's Deagle is deadly, and he'll open things up. Simple. There was a real chance here, though. If he hit one more shot, maybe this one on Plopsky, it could have been there. But I like the idea. He did throw the pistol in that corner with the smoke down to actually suggest he'd move to that corner. But obviously, it was a little bit too much of a run for him as he goes fast towards B. And it will be Lecro not in a great position with the AWP here. The sandbags, he needs to get the hell out of there.
Lecro. Preemptive strikes with the op, certainly convincing perhaps that he's still on B, given that they are at the minute and 30 round marking the round, but he is going to rotate back over toward the library side. Boomich already has get right down. His entries are looking exceptional.
Yeah, that's really good. What a time for it to happen as well. You got over a minute on the clock. You barely started your default. You've got banana control, an opening pick. It's forcing rotations still. Rez and Plopsky will be holding towards the B side of the map. They have incendiaries, they have a smoke. Both of them, in fact. So they have a great chance of defending a B push. But is that going to happen, though? Simple with the bomb towards bottom of middle. Boomich still investigating the A side of the map here. And it's Forrest, such a strong pit player there with Lecro, who nails the shot with the AWP. That's brought it back to an even keel here, 4-4. Final play will be towards B. And remember, CTs have the utility to fend this off. They have everything within their arsenal to make sure this is a successful round. There's the smoker, 35 seconds, that's godlike. Really difficult to recover now and even justify pushing it.
Flamey up onto Boiler Balcony, and they will try and exploit the early pick by Boomich as Forrest waits in the wall. Peeks back out, sees the man a little bit late on the backside, but gets some help. Lecro with 2 now with the AWP. In fact, he's down below. Very tight angle to hit both shots. It's Simple's turn to respond. He can't do it. And NiP are starting to look menacing now after the timeout. They're going to find their 3rd round, 2nd in a row, and this comes off the back of an forced by a pistol win, which really starts to change things in terms of the money.
It really does. Once again, Lecro, he's the man to find the frags, 3 of them with the AWP there. Like I said, they don't have a superstar AWPer, but he's certainly a dab hand with it. Great round. Still money there for NaVi, but not much. It's being whittled down now. I was wondering how close that shot was. An incredibly tight gap, but he makes it work. Zeus runs into the crosshair as well. Lecro, great performance there. Great awareness. And we'll see if there's a buy available. And NaVi in general, simple as $6,000. Could go for the AWP if required as we take a tactical timeout on their side now. Orb will be purchased. There will be compromises here, though. They have 1 AK for electronics, simple on the Orb. The rest of the players opting for Deagles here, from what I believe. They are going to be forcing into this round the best they can. It's a CZ for Zeus and Boomich here. So you're going to be playing off simple. You have 2 approaches here. You either go very fast and try and take all the aggro away for your heavy artillery players, the stars, electronic and simple here, or you slow it right down and see what simple can do with the Orb. If he finds an opening, then you commit off that. You have got the utility to execute. You just need the opening first here.
Simple getting further up middle, but a Molotov down. He'll hold his bench for now, that's fine. Does fire into the flash, so telling of the fact that the op is, as they know, still on the map and where it is for now, but inconsequential really is minute 26. They'll rotate back down and head over toward Banana instead. Bit of a forward stance from Rez. Plopsky there to support him as well. Looking to get baited in. He's staring at the wall, obviously, for utility purposes. They'll play off of each other. They've made a bit of noise getting there.
Oh, either way.
That is why the setup works. Because Rez sits there alone, and there's no utility. He continues looking at a gray wall. But instead, Plopsky saves him, and now they both have control still.
Yeah, good smokes as well. They can get the hell out of there. They have the advantage. That's what they're looking for. Really interesting setup. I actually haven't seen that word before, but you can see the benefits of it. As soon as you go to face check the half wall, you commit to that peak, which is the common go-to. You've got a player on sandbags protecting you. You've got 2 chances there to keep a player alive. They've done a great job. They've maintained their health. And problem is, I guess, they have no utility now. They actually have 0 on the B side of the map.
It's clever. Walk Simple up on top of the wall and check the bags for them. They are still heading this direction. And they still only have 2 guns. Let's see if they can kill fast enough to find another. Rez takes Boomich down, 19 seconds. They are running out of time. Smoke in place towards CT. It doesn't even look like they're going to get another kill. And Simple wants the op further, 13 seconds. 5 alive with 100 HP. They are gonna pursue him down middle as well, and he knows it.
Yeah, he'll do well to survive here. T-Steps right now, not gonna get an extra cash for the next round, but they will start to rack up a loss bonus at this point. I think Simple's been found. Oh, he's
smart.
So
I was going to say, don't you dare cross that door. That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, he survives. And that means things are still possible for him. They can get P250s around it, but NiP, they're playing this correctly. They're not playing a super aggressive game and feeding it, giving opportunities. They're denying opportunities. There's nothing to be found, right? They're holding the tightest of crossfires, the very top of the map. They're waiting for commitments from NaVi. Their executions haven't been great this tournament. The individual performances have been very good. It's just the tactical side of things haven't looked as spot on as usual. It's understandable of a new player coming in, and if you don't give them a chance to shoot you, that's when they can drop off. Simple will have the AWP this round, but surely NiP don't give them a chance to even use it.
Forrest and Get right together. Lekro on the other side of mid. NaVi's been pretty concise on where they want to go in each and every round, but they haven't been consistent in a good way.
Oh, God.
Oh, flamey. In that they haven't gone just banana or just to the top of the middle every round. They are changing it up, and that keeps NiP guessing, and it means they can't start getting, I guess, comfortable in maybe stacking up banana side or putting 3 over there with early utility. They have to play very standard defense, but again, no guns this time. It started off well for the Pistols, but now Rez is in position, a third as well. Headshots. He might get the ace because they're all there. Unfortunate. Second 4 kill this game as Simple started with 1. Rez finds this, and Boomich with the op. What can he possibly try to do with it?
I've been so impressed with what Rez has been presenting this tournament. This is what we want to see from a young Swedish star. He had so much hype around him in 2017, and it seemed to drop off for a year or so, but now he is back. Speaking of which, Boomich, he'll be keeping them alive in this round. There's still a chance he can win it. 30 seconds, 2-on-1. Forrest towards the apartments. Plopsky actually pushing towards banana area. Boomich goes CD spawn. There could be something interesting here. Maybe he doesn't have time for that. As Forrest will have to just sit and wait. There is a way to plant safely away from the apartments, but how do you possibly know he's in there?
That's a really tough position to predict. And you're right, he could have wrapped back through, but he didn't think that he, could. Boomich, head not quite showing, but Forrest is going to get an angle so that the second he emerges, he needs to hit it. He had to hit it. AWP re-peeking on that.
I thought he had it.
And it's NiP again. And it now means 4 rounds in a row. All of them, I shouldn't say all of them, excuse me, 2 of them diffuses and 2 of them on timeout. So there has been some money saved. But NaVi is doing well to keep themselves in it money-wise. They all are going to get guns out again this time.
This was wonderful from Rez. Such crisp aim. The Krieg really suits his style. He's just waiting, calm, collected, gets 4 kills, not quite the ace. And you can see, we get into the next round now. There is a buy available. Simple has the Galil. Not the best news for them. But there is a decent buy with most of the utility. Finally, some aggression, though. The Ninja's pushing middle. Get right, the one to do it. He's 2-9 right now. Hasn't been his best showing, but it's early days. Round 12. Lekro to cover. Get right. Watch his second middle. Such an awkward and scary position to be in. This is no man's land, essentially. Will NaVi detect it? They're coming in towards second middle now. Get right. He looks like he might actually be able to take a couple down here.
Get right to Electronic. He is well down middle, but somehow gets away with it. Catches out Simple.
Perfect.
And no one re-peeks from the bottom of mid because they aren't sure if anyone still waits at top, peeking down to support him, and there certainly was. They've backed off now. That was big round from Get Right. Yeah, he's been quiet as well, by the way. Those are 2 kills of his 4.
Yeah, but what a great setup there. He had Lekro to provide the cover from T-steps. He could just focus towards second middle, watching for anyone trying to jump up towards the apartments there. He was worth a couple. He manages to get it, and he's hungry for more as well. Look at this. The former star taken to the skies once again. That's 3 kills in this round, a 5 versus 2. Zeus and Boomich trying to do what they can with this. But Get Right's on for the ace, and at this point, I'd say go for it. Get yourself that confidence. It's been a quiet game so far. You've definitely won this round. He's got another kill on the cards. Boomich does take him down, and it will be Lekro to trade it out. So round still in the bag, but still impressive scenes there from Get Right.
Very, very impressive scenes from Get Right to make sure that he secured things early on. And we have a tie game. NiP, by the way, have not lost a round since that time out on 6-1. So whatever they discussed certainly worked and got through to them.
Yeah, it's good to see now they've got the resources, they've got a bit of confidence, a couple of impressive rounds under their belt. Now they can start having some fun with this. They can start pushing down, and it's Get Right, given one of the biggest responsibilities you can have, pushing middle on Inferno on the CT side. Remember, this is a defensive map on the CD forces. You want to be holding back here, and he's taking the game towards them. They had no idea his position. He covers his back with the incendiary, so no one can trade him out. Gets a lovely shot towards Simple. Third frag as well from the boiler room. What a fantastic play. That's classic Get Right there. You can see what it means to him. He's had a quiet showing so far, but 3 massive kills, win the round single-handedly. But right back into the action here. It's Boomich up against Lekro. That's the Orpra move. This is an absolute brawl at the top of Banana here. Plovsky's not going down without a fight, though. He evens things up in a 4-on-4. They need to get the hell out of there now. Good incendiary will buy him some time.
Plovsky and Rez back in the site. Forrest already over toward A. Nade just tickles them. And that's not enough to convince them of not going forward. They'll continue to push in. Good smoke from Rez. Minute 17, bit early, but there's one more left on the map, and Plovsky is in the right place to use it on the B site. I say on the map, I mean the CT side, that is. There is obviously fully 4 smokes on NaVi with each and every player that's alive. Rez is going to push this. Oh, that is risky with the stack. I think he thought they were further down. I think he was the dummy. And Simple through the smoke point. Plovsky as well. He's just going to watch towards CT with the AWP. Smoke from his teammate. He gets through. Forrest doesn't know he's there. That is just so smart. He is one step ahead, literally, in this case, every single time of the play that NiP was making.
You're exactly right there. No other player does that. That's why he's got that je ne sais quoi. He's got that star factor. He does the plays that no one else will. He's got the talent to back it up as well. That was something quite special. AWP, 3 kills, and Get Right. Nothing, unfortunately, he can do about this one, as he'll hold on to the M4A4. He does get a kill on Electronic, that's something at least, but at this point they know exactly where he is, and are they going to commit to the hunt? It's not really worth it considering the NaVi money's so low, and NiP's is actually really strong. They've won a lot of rounds here. It's NaVi needing to hold on to their weapons, so I don't think they'll fully commit to this, but they certainly will have a look around. As they do get him in the end, Zeus will find him, just to note that. So a bit of a gamble, but it works out for them, and definitely cash available for NiP. Lekro straight into that AWP. I'd be interested to see if they want to try a double AWP setup out with Forrest potentially. That could be quite interesting. But for now, he'll stick on his silenced M4. Rez will bring the M4A4 out. So no AUG seen at all on the NiP side. So that's quite interesting to know.
Very interesting.
So this is what I thought. How did he get this second kill? Okay, can't even analyze that for you. That's a straight up pre-fire for a smoke towards coffins. Just, that's why it's considered the best. There's some things I can't explain.
Yeah, it knows the lineup.
I've never seen.
There's instinctual elements to Counter-Strike, certainly, indeed. And he is absolutely reading people so well lately. So, with that, NaVi finally get back into the winner's column. They never lost the lead. They stay ahead just by 1, however, so closely contested half, and NiP with money are going to try and continue to make that be the case. As Forrest and Get Right stay inside of the pit, Lekro more passive this time, so none of them out toward the apartments, toward quad. They're all going to sit back and allow NaVi to play into themselves. First time we've really seen them be gifted the mid-wall quite so comfortably.
Well, it's Lekro the defender, and he's got that AWP. Takes the repeat, 2 missed shots, and that's not going to be good enough, I'm afraid. Remember, it will be Boomich, former sniper, using the rifle here, looking towards the pit, and they're not slowing down at all. But so much damage done by that incendiary. NiP can bring this one back. There's one more player in the pit. It's Get Right, but not for long. Zeus has been great this tournament. The Krieg really is getting a lot of damage done in his hands. There's now Rez and Plovsky trying to retake. They are going for this. There is cash available for NiP, 3-on-2. It's definitely worth an investigation, but so far away. Plovsky needs to get his skates on. Rez holding towards Arch. They're both smoked off. Maybe they are going to save at this point. It doesn't look possible to me, at least. We'll see. The bomb not at the halfway stage. They are going to at least push forward and see what can be done. it's at the point of no return, like right now. So they have to fall off this one. They're just going for exits. Plowski seeing if anyone come towards the apartments. Round for NaVi, and just a fast push towards the arch side. Nothing too technical there. Missed shots from Lekro. If you're going to miss 2 of them and re-peak, it's going to cost you your life.
Yeah, unfortunately. And not even just his life, potentially the round in itself, just on that alone, because it gave up so much control, gave up so much access to the rest of the map. Once you control that arch, you cut off the rotation, you can swing on the players in pit. It gets very awkward to hold in that reverse angle. Every round aside from the very start of the pistol has been answered with a consecutive round, a follow-up round, so no one's gone 1-1-1 back and forth as of yet, but this is round 15 finally. We get to the conclusion of the half, and fortunately, it's a good one because everyone's got guns. That makes it a little more exciting for us. No AWP on the CT side, though, but they are going to push down. Rez, goodness me, that is huge. Smoke on top of it, and they're held and contained, but they are damaged. Simple went down to 51 on that. Cubby play. Rez to bait in the aggro. Get right underneath on the other side at the roof, but he's isolated. He's alone, but they get him through the smoke. Lekro got 2, and then Get Right walks out easily because they're wondering how the hell they've died when everything was concealed and covered, but it's Simple left, and he gets Get Right on the cross, 2 versus 4.
They got to opt for the AK instead of the AWP here. Remember, Electronic and Simple, the scariest duo in CSGO right now. I don't care if you think that's hyperbole, that's my opinion. They're so good together. And Plowski alone towards B. If they can smoke him off and spawn and get a plant down here, a 4-on-2 is definitely possible. So what have they gone for here? They're going to try and boost on towards the site. The smoke lands in an odd position. Plowski gets towards Coffins. It does block vision to allow him to focus towards spawn, but he gets the one. That should be enough, and it's 8-7. They split the difference here. This is looking like a terrible game for NiP. They managed to win one of their 4 spy rounds, and it lit the fire beneath them. They get back into it as we go 8-7 now. We'll swap things over, and we'll see you after this break.
Got the army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. I got a couple thickies chilling in my room, shaking it like the twerk team. Ladies, show me where them curves be. Curious, I'm not pervy. Honestly, you and your best friend could go and develop a new twerk scene. Got the army with me like Xerxes. Army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. Understand you can't hurt me. I got the army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. I got a couple thickies chilling in my room, who be shaking it like the twerk team. Rich and high. Lex. Yeah. Yo. Got the army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. I got a couple thickies chilling in my room who be shaking it like the twerk team. Ladies, show me where them curves be. Curious, I'm not pervy. Honestly, you and your best friend could go and army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. Understand you can't hurt me. I got the army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. I got a couple dickies chilling in my room who be shaking it like a twerk team. Surrounded by wet chicks, passing that sticky, we smoking that bestest. Yeah, God, you know we do it. One showing off, yo, we come to bruise it. Yeah, it's the A6M. I see you hate, but you rating them. Don't make sense like paying with card. Who do you know that's
Get back into it immediately at 8-7. They split it straight down the middle. 8-7 for for NaVi as they had a bit of a resurgence in the half. NiP, they came back from a 6-1 deficit on the back of a timeout that leads us to a split decision. They swap over to the T side, and we get to the conclusion of Inferno. That's only map 1 of this series so far.
Yeah, Mirage up next. This is the pick of NaVi and NiP. To be fair, they've done a good job. That was looking horrific for them. 6-1 down, they managed to bring it right back. It was Rez that really did look sharp. It's good to see him performing on the big stage here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an exciting pistol round. The first one was anything to go by. 4 sets of armor for NiP. 1 smoke, 2 flashes, suggest an A-side finish, but you never know. Simple. He'll be shutting things down before they even get a chance. That's his plan anyway. As he faces towards second middle, he spotted one, but takes a bullet to the face, and it'll cost him. Lekro ready for it, and it's the Glocker range to find the first pick.
Zeus looks toward the top of the stairs. Didn't see much, but Plopsky gets by and heads over toward the logs. Forrest is still looking back toward middle as Rez gets closer. 1 down, 3 to find him B, and then Zeus on his own toward A. Bomb is heading over on that side of the map as well, so things look very comfortable for NiP. Remember, they did win the pistol as well. Of the 6-1 deficit, it was the pistol that they got. It was everything afterwards that fell apart.
Yeah, it's that second round simple AK that ruined their hope and dreams of getting the 3-0, unfortunately. Well, for now, things looking good for NiP. They've taken down the superstar as simple, and Zeus is alone at the A side. He's trying to show enough presence to hopefully funnel them towards B, but he does need to kill. A lot of responsibility here. He knows he has to commit, really. If they get up towards A, there's no chance of that retake. It'll be too difficult to hold off, and it looks like they're fully committed. He'll hold the arch, and they're committing with a gamble stack here. He really hopes they go back towards B, which still could happen. The bomb actually falling back here. Maybe Plopsky with the fake. But no, they do commit. They are going to take over the A side. 4 players on the other side of the map. It should be round NiP. Look at that boost. They have no idea the bomb's even going down. 0 idea. 2 pistols, almost certainly for NiP at this stage. Are they saving? I think they are. They're saving. This is very rare. So the reason they save is because they have armor, right? They have defuse kits. Inferno is on a defuse map, so the second round Force Spies actually have a real fighting chance of winning. You know this one's gone. You've got absolutely 0 chance of winning it. Hold on to the armor, the defuse kit, the flashbang. This all sounds quite trivial, but at a Force Spy, you can take every dollar where you can, and there's $300 more for Flamey as NiP look for some exit kills here. Oh, it's going to cost them $600 though.
It's not a bad save at all, because he builds up a bit of cash in the act of doing so. Forrest is now the next on the move. Obviously, they're aware of the situation. Forrest doesn't want to go too far beyond that doorway, but he'll see what he wants. Take it back. He's going to go out because get Flamey down, so 1 down out of a save isn't the worst thing in the pistol. Bit more money lost. NiP 2-0 in those rounds, the opening of the halves.
Yeah, it's the replay from Flamey. Unfortunately, not many kills to report that round. Just the 1, really, that had any sort of impact. It was simple with the push down second middle. Obviously, NiP have been aware of it. We discussed in the first half, they're trying to play a game that doesn't allow him to have opportunities. He's holding so far back, so he doesn't have a chance to take multiple players down. He got punished for the push that round. It could get in his head, as they do. Force Spy here, MP9s, Deagles. Zeus trying to smoke towards T-step, successful in doing so. Follows it up with the HE. How much damage did it do? Quite a lot. They don't receive much at all in return. Flopsy's going down. The MP9s are working out here. Early advantage, and a gun available at the bottom of Banana here. But do they want to try and push and get it?
Simple quick check. Backs away instead. Zeus gonna get more aggressive. He wants that UMP. He succeeds in his attempt and backs off to the site. All above mid right now with the smoke down. Electronic simple. Boomich to hold very passively. No one watching the arch side at all, but they could have Electronic to see it. And Flamey's getting in position in Library now. High smoke on Banana. That is a bit of a concern for Zeus, given that he's anchoring but can't see. Counter flash just to buy him some time, but now Flamey will confirm they're coming over toward the arch, and that is safety in itself for Zeus. Insecurity, though, for those on the site, because two smokes down, they're able to wrap. Electronic can't do anything. Simple trying to buy himself some space, use his own smoke. Missed the opportunity at the first shot, and he was spotted, which means Get Right was able to look toward him, and Lycro down on the site, though. Boomich causing problems. If he hadn't found the third, it's a very different round to report, but Forrest finds Zeus instead.
Well, there you have it. Opening kill for NaVi, but it's NiP that close things out just about there in the 2 versus 1. Boomich. I thought he had a real chance to close that one out there with the MP9, but not going to happen. It's going to be NaVi sweating now. Remember, they just force ball. They're full eco at this stage. It didn't do enough damage to justify any more investment than just a 5-7 and a P250. Get Right, some lovely shots here on the A side, really confirming things for the Ninjas. Awareness at an absolute peak here. That shot, that's the one that wins the round. He take down Simple, it was low already. Boomich did what he could, but it wasn't quite enough. Forrest watching the flanks, and Simple knows he had an opportunity there. The 1D had to land. We're into the next round. Like we said, full eco. NiP can't afford to give this one up. They will be the first ones to post double digits. That's what the script reads right now, but this tournament's anything to go by. That can change very quickly.
Lycro. Bit misleading, I think, just in the X-ray lineup. It's 2 walls to shoot through there.
And one thing you and I have always said about NiP over the years is the anti-ecos are actually pretty promising most of the time. They're not a team known to give these sort of rounds up.
That came in with the threat mentality when he was coaching with them for a period after Pitta, who's now the coach, interestingly enough. So they've taken some philosophies and carried them over to gone back to what won them a major on this stage. Well, Pitta was part of that.
This is what we want to see. The only commitment that's being made right now is Get Right with the MAC-10. That's a weapon that's useless against the rifles. He's allowed to go and investigate, get them an advantage potentially. He's done that. Your group as a 5-man unit now. All the pros out there watching, take note. This is how it's done. A real nice attempt from NiP here. Should be giving themselves a maximum chance of winning this round. Full execution on top of it. You got an opening pick, and he's sending in Lycro the AK. Now, where's the smoke as CT spawn though? Wait, what's happened here? It's all falling apart. Forget what I said.
Yeah, everything looks so good. Up until that point, they put utility in the site. They had a good nade towards CT. No one looked at it, and then the smoke came out so late. They lost 2 players, and Electronic pushes back in. 13 seconds, bombs down to the site. Get Right has to go aggressive, and the man with the MAC-10 has to be the savior of the round. He's shut down Lycro midair. How to lose a round by NiP.
I can't believe it. The one time, Matt, I'm giving all the credit out. I'm saying it's there. It's all working. It looks perfect. Why are they
we'll
not?
show you, Henry.
I know, of course. And it's the one time you don't smoke CD spawn. Like, what's happened there? They just didn't consider CD spawn to be a possibility. I couldn't tell you. Don't take anything away from Electronic. That's amazing, but still.
I was even going to go as far as assume that it was smoke because they threw so much utility in the site. They were so confident walking in. Someone just forgot.
But they had the smoke available. We saw it come in after the 2 deaths. It was the perfect round. You couldn't have designed it any better. That's the dream scenario. Full execution, man advantage against pistols, and you've absolutely thrown it away because of 1 smoke. Unbelievable scenes. Well,
speaking of things that are thrown, a couple of nades toward Forrest, and he's down to 42. And Simple makes it much worse with the AWP. Overkill at that point. They'll get the AK back. Boomich hears it though. Peeks. He'll know there's one in alt middle as a result of the sound of the disappearance. But can do nothing of it because even if he wants to peek down from Boiler, there's the uncertainty of how many people possess the aim toward him. Lycro lining up the deep smoke Banana toward Flamey. Boomich a bit aggressive with that smoke in position. So res, armor, and an AK, he's gone. Lycro likely to pick that weapon up given that he's the only other one with armor. Plopsky is running the AK without, which means it's a massive factor for the aim punch. He's now the only one left in a situation in which he could not trade on Flamey, who got away on 15 HP despite the damage dealt back in his direction. Bomb recovered, but 37 seconds and very unlikely without that armor that he gets very far in this situation with so many players and so much awareness of exactly where he is.
Simple wants to push this. He's trying to bait him out. He's just toying with his food at this point. Plopsky does get the smoke down and nullify him, as he does have a low HP player towards new boxes. A chance at a frag here at least. 20 seconds remain. Already got the 1 kill, but that's all they found in the round. And Zeus, he got 2 before he was dropped. He does get towards Coffins. Almost 0 chance of winning this now. That confirms it. Simple with the clean shot. It's 4 players to survive. That was the force buy from the Ninjas there. And it's advantage NaVi. They post double digits first. Remember, it was only a few moments ago we were saying NiP, they should be locked in here. That was essentially a full eco they lost to due to 1 smoke and CT spawn. I can't even tell you why that would happen. It's such a basic part of the execution. It was looking so good for them, and they just gave it up for 3. Glocks across the board. NiP not investing a single dollar here. Not even a flashbang, not a P250, just a B rush. Zeus and Flamey on the cards here for a nice spray down. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we want to see as the bloodbath continues to boil. There will be 4 kills found quickly. There is 1 traded back in return, but that's about it. 11-9, NaVi on the CT side now. Remember, this is their pick. It's Mirage next. And on the CT side, you'd expect them to close this one out now, considering they've got themselves a nice foundation of cash at this point. Symbol's knocking the door, $9,000. Incendiary down. Pretty simple procedure here, no pun intended, for Zeus and Co to finish things off here. Just a 1 kill given away as we see a full array of rifles here for NiP. 1 Krieg for Plopsky, 4 AKs on the others, and bare bones utility as well. They're going to struggle with this one.
Deep smoke, high Molotov. No one's really going to get positioned at this point. Very different setup this time for NaVi, though, over toward A. Anticipating the fact that they've given up Arch. Zeus is going to head back in that direction. Simple is fine on his own, I would say. I think he's proven that he can stay home alone now, Mom and Dad. And that's why, even with the flash, nails Plopsky. Forrest intentionally leaves the bomb behind. Boomich spots him, but he's spotted in return. And Forrest is aware of how that setup plays. Usually a bait and switch position, so he catches out Flamey, but was not ready for Zeus to counter peek it from the arch side. Again, that was the rotation. Electro's now removed him, but Get Right wants out. Trades are fairly even. Not anymore. Electronic goes back to back with Simple as they find Rez as well, and it's now 12-9.
Blinking an eye, and he missed it. It was looking very good for NiP. Trades were there. Shots were landing. We'll look at the scoreboard quickly while we have a chance. We are going to see Plopsky, the boy wonder, brought in to replace Dennis here. 8 and 15. Still a chance to recover on the T side of Inferno. That's a tall order. At the very top for NaVi is Simple. 19 kills. Beneath him, Flamey, 18. Electronic, 14. Everyone double digits. Everyone contributing. They've got NiP down to a partial buy once again. CZ's, Desert Eagles. Missed shot from Simple, but still continues to fight here. Doesn't have to go for this pick. But that's not really his playstyle, is it? He'll be holding that and at least making his way towards the bomb side. Decent name thrown, and it looks like maybe a bit of a flash attack here towards the apartment's position. Not the first kill for Get Right, though. Almost, as Boomich finds him with the AK.
Rez still waits out toward top side of middle with very, very little left in their arsenal, and starting to be less and less members of that arsenal as well, because Boomich finds Forrest. Flash out, Zeus, not quite close enough to go all the way around the corner on it quickly, but he will take his time in clearing angles as a result of it. And Micro, interestingly enough, was still blind despite that much time going on after it was thrown. And we've got a 13th round for NaVi.
Certainly do, man. NiP at this point, backs to the wall. Does the AWP come out? I would suggest not. T-side AWP is incredibly difficult to operate with, especially if you're up against Simple. They're going to have to play a very slow game, use the executions, get that map control. The battle towards Banana is always a massive talking point that I feel like it's going to be bigger than ever here. With 3 players heading towards that side of the map, it's Zeus setting up with the smoke, Flaming Electronic to challenge, and Simple providing the pressure towards middle. He's been doing this all tournament, flashed off this time. NiP aware of his antics, it seems. Maybe at a peek then, I feel like there's a kill, but Flash avoided. He's peeking together here. Are they going to walk up? Are they going to smoke him off? Time will tell. They take damage from the HE as he repositions.
Rez around the corner, Boomich in the sight, no one in the pits, and that sometimes can be very costly because you can't do anything to deny plant, but the smoke's down, they're not sure of that. Unfortunately for Simple, he can't capitalize because smoke in front of him. Good read from Electronics. Simple was a dead man as Forrest was trying to sneak in behind, but bomb goes down. Still the advantage to NaVi. Get right, off angle. Does that change things? There's two heading that direction. He makes no mistake on the first. Slightly changes it so as to elude the fact that he's left. But Zeus needs to go, oh, nade out, no chance. Go, oh, I say no chance.
Ow.
Get right should have had that easily.
Yeah,
he got the gun redrawn and suddenly there's an opening.
Well, the low HP, they should still win the round. That shot might confirm things here, but Simple's still alive. But he's bleeding at this point, dead at this stage. Blobsky comes to life. He's been very quiet, but there's two massive frags there. Gebra, you're absolutely dead on. He should have had that kill on Zeus. It seemed like a done deal, but still, they win the round. No harm, no foul. Plenty of cash for NaVi, but finally, a round on the board for NaVi. For NiP, sorry, as they have dropped 5 in a row there. And that's the first time they actually had a plant in the last 6 rounds as well. So, is this where they start to really sink their teeth into the second half? Is that highlight from Simple, the shots hit, just remarkable as ever. Blobsky, though, 7 kills going into this round and managed to find a few more. The wall bangs, the damage done, the pressure applied. It was enough to take Simple up against the AWP once again. They set a 5 AKs here, not really opting for the Krieg meta at this point. Flamey with the AWP this time, changing things up. Simple to have the M4A4. Flamey was the secondary AWP of this team for a long while. A lot of people thought Boomich would take over that responsibility, but still. On towards B at the start. Zeus aggressive. He almost gets a second kill. It's Rez down to 3. He's stuck in the logs right now. Great spray from Zeus.
Let's get right back out. So they've given up the thought, at least for now, of heading over toward A. They still possess the power of Banana because Flamey and Zeus stay so passive, excuse me.
Well, execution towards B seems to be the final call here. Flamey will hold the corner. He'll be flashed before he fires, but there's always the chance to hit this shot while you're fully blind.
3 smokes. There's the Banana Man as we speak of it. It's Freiberg's little brother. Smoke down, that's the one I was looking for. 3 smokes, 1 had to go to CT this time, but a counter Molotov, 26 seconds. That buys about 5 more out of it. Have to go in through it, and Zeus knows that, fires at it blindly, and gets 1 further. Rez gone. He was low HP. So it's not the end of the world. He only had 3 on entry. Boost up late on Flower Pots. They're looking that direction. Flamey gets 1 more, but now it's Get Right time to come alive.
Yes!
He's done it so many times. It might be the last, but he's going to go in style as he gets Electronic as well, and an ace on the cards. Boomich trying to work back in from CT.
This is something quite special from NiP. Get Right, especially with 4 kills to his name. He could have the ace this time. It's Boomich who's coming in from the Coffin's position. Forrest towards the well. Will he check it? He certainly will. The dink comes through. That's so unfortunate. Down to 1 HP. You can see what it means to Get Right. That's an absolutely monstrous round from him. It keeps the team alive as we go 13-11. There's money still there for NaVi, but my God, did he save the day there. What a play that was. Boosted up, and he just hits absolutely everything here.
He's turned this game around as well because he was very slow. It was about round 8, and he only had 4 kills. This time he got 4 in 1 round, then he's on 17, tied top of the lead of NiP. And this says everything. This says whether he stays or not, that says it all. They know how much he means to the organization. They're going to let him have his moment. And that smile from him, who's normally someone who's so stressed out, he's just going to enjoy this moment.
He's got nothing to lose at this point. Enjoy it. I think that's the operative word there. If he can just have a decent performance here and show the world he's still got it without the pressure on his shoulders, that's going to be something special in its own right. I love that from Get Right. Excellent work, and does keep NiP alive. As we enter round number 25 here, not clear who's going to be taking this. NaVi had that round tied up, but Zeus looks to get flashed in here. Top of B, Flamey. And more towards Coffins. Basic control, you can see they're a lot more tentative in their approach now. Not wanting to battle as much at the top of Banana, just holding the bomb site, holding on to what they have, which isn't much. Flamey, he has a flashbang. Zeus with his smoke. That's all they have to hold off the B. Execution at this stage.
Get right. They want to lead the way. They jump out and they swarm Boomich. Simple's time to shine. But even in his position, so long as Electronic stays smoked, unfortunately, that means putting another one there at this point in time. Flamey's the only one that can counter it, but Simple gets it. Flamey finds two. They go to the arch side. Simple steps out once more, and Get Right was going to be the key in all of that, because if he could have had access, if he could have walked out, he could have easily traded him off, but they did so much to counter that play, and NiP goes early.
NiP slightly mistiming it, trying to peek before the smokes bloom, hoping CT's be caught in transitioning positions, hoping they could avoid the smokes there, but it's Flamey with the pinpoint accuracy there from the library. He hits 2 kills, Simple swings out with a third, and there was no chance of winning the round at that point, and this spells disaster. Terrorist timeout here, certainly required. As we go into round number 26, Get Right with the only AK so far. He's invested. We'll see if this is where NaVi can find map point on their pick Inferno. They have everything they need. They've got a couple of AKs, make it 3 on the CT side here. That's a massive advantage. If you're not aware, this is when you can find the one-tap potential. We saw it before. It was Boomich shooting towards Forest. Even the AUG, you'd have to have the barrel down their throat to get a one-shot headshot on it. And with the AKs, you have that potential. You can be a little bit more audacious. You can push the angles and actually try and close the game out in the style you choose. This was wonderful from Flame. You can see what I mean. They were hoping to peak that just for the smoke bloom to catch CTs out. But if anything, it cost them the round. And Simple loving it. He'll take those shots all day long. The bomb was down. They had to commit to it. And the buys will come through. 10 seconds remaining on this timeout. We've got 3 AKs so far. Problem is, Forest, $2,700. Rez with 3K. Do they want to go Mac 10s here? Do they want to go Deagles and just be thrown in towards a bomb site and see what the rifles can do? It's a Deagle for Forest. It's a deadly one. He's very good with it. Rez on the Glock right now. He can afford an AK or a Galil. He has armor already. I would say AK by his standards. I'd rather have him with the better rifle instead of the utility. He's gone down to 2,300 though. As we call for a technical timeout. He went for the Galil just to note. So opting for a bit more strategy here, which might make sense considering Simple is such a dangerous factor for them. They need to try and push him back and remove that vision. We just had a monitor crash, that's all. So hopefully just a simple turn on and off sort of situation here. And we're ready. We're back into the action. It's all good, Matt.
Loose cable, give it a wiggle.
Exactly, that's all it needs sometimes.
So, at 14-11. Pressure firmly on NiP to win out this round, or there's no money left to defend map point. Simple. Don't need to tell you what gun he's got and what he wants to do with it. Fast out of spawn, he's got a quick one. He wants to go immediately for the shot. He's already there, jumps across. A little bit late. Couldn't quite catch them as they came up T-stairs, and they did go up quite quickly because even though he couldn't catch them, neither could Boomich, who came down expecting it to be open. The tag, that was big. The fact that it hit him directly, they knew exactly where he was.
Yep, pre-fire comes through. They know he's got to avoid the flames. There's only one place he can be in that smoke and likely to be lined up with the wall as well. But they're going for the banana split here. Quite a delicious one by the looks of things. Is Get Right leading the charge here. Zeus seems to be very aware. He's called it. He knows he needs at least one frag here.
I love that he fires himself up too. Little stretch of the arm.
He's like, right, I've got to perform.
Here we go, boys. Time to flex.
Here we go.
He's got the position. You were right there. Oh, almost lined up for him, to be fair. That was about as close as not getting a kill as you could with 2 players in front of you because he got 13 damage left on Get Right. Lekro does go down afterwards, but Simple missing an uncharacteristic shot. He did take his time to line it up, but why is Rez not fighting back?
I don't know.
I didn't see his position. Did he fire all his ammunition in a spray? Was he just completely circuit overload?
I couldn't tell you. He went, maybe he thought it was a teammate, maybe he slowed too much panic, maybe no ammo. You're right, there's so many different things. I have to watch the replay afterwards, but who knows? He definitely saw the shot fired in his direction, but still the retake continues here. 2-on-2, Get Right low, and we've got one play up towards the ruins. That is the aforementioned Get Right. Forest will have to be the one with the responsibility of the fragging here. He's got 100 HP, no nades, and he's taking damage now from the HE.
59 HP, and good enough to find Simple, the hardest one to solve. But It's not to discount Electronic. The unfortunate part is he was stuck in the site. Forrest shuts it down. Must-win round, and NiP are still alive.
They might have broken the finances here as well. That is absolutely huge. Remember, they came into this round with 3 rifles, Deagles, PD-50s. They managed to pull it off. It comes right down to the wire as we have another timeout here. 14-12. NaVi averaging around $3,000 at this point, at the very top of the chart. Simple with 5,000. Electronic just beneath that. Problem is Boomage, $1,800. Flamey, 38. Zeus, 33. Do they want to buy into this one? They could take a buffer round. They could just allow it to go 14-13. That allows NiP to get closer. There's another option of trying to keep them on a leash, go for map points here, and go for the haymaker, the knockout punch, and force buy into this with a simple glass cannon AWP and Electronic, or perhaps maybe the M4A4, and really go for it. They don't have to, but it is an option. Are they checking Get Right's PC for cheats at this point? Yeah. That round was a little bit too much.
Yeah, absolutely. Sir, can you please close word.exe?
That was like, I haven't seen anything like that from him in a long time. That was something quite beautiful.
Excellent to watch, but obviously, yes, technical delay on Get Right's PC, so we'll get to the bottom of it, hopefully. I think they're checking. He's looking down the line, and judging by Peter's movement at the mics cutting in and out, I think, is the issue. They do have noise-canceling microphones as well as just the headsets now. So what that means, obviously, is it means they can't use...
Is the replay, man. So, first shot fired. So he brings up the gun, then the knife. That's what I don't get. He's not trying to jump into safety.
Maybe he thought it was a teammate. Maybe he just didn't identify the situation at all.
If you had run out of ammo, which it didn't look like he had, you would just knife out, jump to logs, right? You just get out of there. You wouldn't just start crouching and looking into a wall. But still, they win the round. So I guess it doesn't have one of those knock-on effects we'll talk about, like the big infamous knife earlier in the tournament. So there we go. Just a weird moment there. And we'll see whether this sound issue is resolved. It looks like we might be ready to play as the headset's back on.
I like that. Admin jumping in immediately, making sure no discussions.
Indeed.
But they're still checking to make sure Chris can talk. But I'm speculating here, but it looks like either a noise gate of some fashion. Yeah, Mike, they've just said it actually in chat because they were wondering on the NaVi side. They've asked them. So something's cutting. He's not getting all of his words through. It seemed intermittent. See if they can solve it quickly. Hopefully they can. As I say, a lot of it comes up. We sometimes have a noise gate on our mics as well for different reasons, so we don't get double pickup. Me yelling loudly comes through not only my mic, but yours. Don't overtalk each other. Don't get too much feedback from crowd. In the case of the players, it's very similar, but they don't want to have the crowd be able to identify noise. You know, players used to be quite sneaky, hold mics open on purpose so that they could get information, even hear us booming through the sound system, even though we're not directly near them. So there was all kinds of little tricks like that. So it could just be something in the software playing up in that situation. It could be a hardware issue as well. But judging by the fact that they're all tabbing and going through programs, I would say they are trying to solve it on the software side.
Yeah, this is going from a mild issue to quite a severe one. We've got 2 admins down there trying to work it out. It is just voice, so hopefully it won't take too long here. But I can confirm, and as you can see on the screens right now, it's just a Deagle purchased by Flamey. Suggests they are going to take just a partial here. The way this tournament's gone, though, so far, that doesn't mean much. It could be absolutely anything happening in round number 27 here. But the nod of the head is Get Right. A player, this could be the last time we see him in the NiP jersey. He's been wearing it since 2012 now.
And I can't stress to you how much that really means. I mean, you got to take a moment and look back over the stats, over the history of all 3 Counter-Strike versions, and he's up there with the very best, no matter what argument you're having, no matter what statistic you're looking at, bar maybe AWP. But everything else in every other way, that guy has invented or reinvented his role in the game in some fashion. Spray control in early CSGO, every gun in CSGO, it was a new thing at the time, has its own recoil pattern. He was the first and probably the best to figure them out in the early days, part of the reason NiP was so successful. And he was the best player 2 consecutive years on the HLTV ratings. Yeah, he's an absolute legend. If he walks off of NiP right now, sure, we may see him again on another team, we may not. It's a big thing. Everyone, no matter if you're an NiP or Get Right fan or not, you have to appreciate what he's done.
Yeah, you got to respect it. One of the absolute greats. As Flamey, his stats speak for themselves as well. He'll be right up there with 23 kills. Having a great game there, along with Simple also with 23. As I'm just going to check the chat right now and see what's going on. Still seems to be a slight issue here. We are seeing The admins and the headset's still off, so still we will wait. If you are just joining us, this is the first map of our closing quarterfinal of the day. NiP versus NaVi. We're currently on the pick of the CIS team. They're 14-12 up on the CT side. But Get Right, the man on your screen right now, a player allegedly removed after this event, or potentially the major, will be showing us some absolutely marvelous things on the server so far. Oh, that looks absolutely lovely out there. The Cologne crowd, even on a Friday, Matt, packed to the rafters.
Couldn't think of a better Friday night, to be honest. Last year, you guys were quite clever with your phones. Got the ESL written in the rafters. We call it the Cathedral for a reason. Privileged to be on the stage every year in this building. 5th year. And it's been sold out every time, for good reason.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the absolute favorites on the calendar for the players, the spectators, and us included.
And think about the teams we have left right now. We are lining up to have an absolutely incredible run to Sunday.
Yeah.
With the 5 teams remaining. Will be 4 when this one's done. It's either NiP, NaVi. They'll play against Liquid on the other side. You've already got Vitality going up against Astralis. As such, by the way, just to note, they said it in the interview, Vitality has not played Astralis yet, so we'll see really who's clever there, who can bring something that perhaps surprises the other, how good is the scouting on the other side, or is it back to basics, play your game, play your style, and don't overthink it, because again, not knowing each other, it's going to be very different, so they are going to do a hardware swap by the looks of it on stage. Might even have to do a Steam re-auth. That's the hard box usually they put the phones in.
Exactly, the two-step authentication required on Steam. That's why the phones are brought back out. You're not allowed any phones on the stage just to avoid any tomfoolery. So hopefully we'll be underway in a few minutes, but this could take some time.
If you want a chance and you want to let them know, Get Right has his headset off. It's an appropriate time for affection. Maybe not. He's an emotional player at the same time.
Well, while this concludes, Matt, we're just going to get everything underway and tested. We do have a lovely little piece on Lecro, just to kind of fill the time and fill the air while we get everything sorted. We'll leave you with this right now.
Ways of going mid is either you play against an aggressive opper who knows you're playing AK, which sometimes I am, but sometimes I like to change it up. Either go second mid, or I could jump sewers pretty fast, or if you play off, you can punish other oppers when they believe you have AKs. So there's a lot of ways you can just try to mind game the other players. Good way to know where if you're gonna head banana or mid is by counting the smokes a lot of the times, or utility. So you know how many smokes there are left, or molotovs, or something like that, or if you just feel like if you have some call in the beginning of the round that you feel like they're playing heavy B or heavy mid, you can use your previous information to choose where to go. Personally, I think smoking up long when you're taking mid is the most important thing. I think smoking short is making yourself very spammable, and if they are boosted on the roof and they have a crossfire from long, you're not gonna end up well. I think flashing the short angles, if they have an opper holding boiler, I think is the most important thing. But if you're playing as a team, you should have a standard mid take. But if you're playing in matchmaking or Faceit or something, or ESL, I think you should have just use flashes a lot.
Well, there we have it. Lecro, the in-game leader for NiP, with some tips there on Inferno for you guys at home. He's having a pretty decent game so far. A rifler, now AWPer. He can do it all. One of the young guns brought in a few years ago as the Mexican wave comes out. I love this, guys. Keep it going. Keep it all the way around, please. Commit to it. We need to see it make it all the way around. There it is. Absolutely wonderful scenes here. Oh, it keeps going. It never stops. That's a great effort, Matt. You got to respect that.
We're behind the stage. We're doing it as it goes by us too, I promise.
Exactly, we're doing it. There
My
it
hands
is.
are up.
We're in the...
It's a solid wave. It's got some inertia.
This is one of the best we've ever seen. This synergy you guys have got is sometimes probably better than this one's on the server right now. Yeah. This is amazing.
I think Rushley would surf that wave. And we're just about ready. It's not quite back in the server yet, but they're solving and testing the issues because it needs a bit of testing to be absolutely certain. On round, well, what will be round 27.
Boomage first time on the stage. I think he's just told off. No communication, my friends. Get that headset back on. There it is. None of that. As we do hope to see Get Right get back on the server momentarily. The small technical issue has turned into a bit of a mammoth one.
Well, and the issue is how the momentum swings in these moments, because
that's a good point.
NiP just came off of a must-win round.
Yep.
They're close to breaking down NaVi. It's 14-12, and they're not out of the woods yet. I said if they lost the last round, they would play against Map Point with no weapons. They're still fighting a similar fate if they don't succeed here. Bomb plant at the very least, but you're still on Map Point.
It's a very interesting idea. We have confirmed that NaVi are not going to force buy, at least from what I can see. Flamey purchased a Deagle, right? So they are going to allow NiP. I say allow. It should be going down to NiP, get to round 13, and NaVi will have everything they need to try and close this one out. Apparently, we are fixed. We are ready. We are connecting on the server just now. Get Right is making his way back in. Thank you so much for being awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this will be underway very shortly. This is only the first map. You guys have provided some excellent entertainment in the downtime here. Get Right just needs to get on the server. We'll get this one underway. Your closing quarterfinal of the day here. The crowd is still going. Get your phones out as well. Let's just make this a special moment at this point for a special man that has to reconnect. And Get Right's flashbangs, yes, we mentioned this earlier in the tournament. He is technically a support player now. The lurk role doesn't really have a place in today's game. It's not as prevalent, but his support play has been great. He did in-game lead for a few months, but ever since he's come off that, he's been focusing more on this full-on support style. Flashbang assists have been wonderful. He's been doing a great job in that department, and this game, he's had some world-class moments. It feels like the pressure's off his shoulders. He's able to show us what he's capable of still. When the whole world isn't against him. And we haven't seen him get on the server quite yet, but I got a feeling we're very close. There he is. He has connected. I can confirm. Get Right is back on the server. I can see him spinning around. He's testing the mouse. It looks like we might be underway. The console has been set to ready. Ladies and gentlemen, 14-12. Make some noise. This quarterfinal's getting back underway. It's NaVi in the lead, but can they hold on? They've got a full eco to fend off here. NiP will have a huge advantage. Can they find round number 13? Can they steal the map away from NaVi? Get Right finds himself back on the server at this point. The money's there, the AK's in hand. And it will be a tactical timeout now, just so they can actually talk at this point, Matt, as it's been about 10 minutes since they've actually been able to chat. So 30 seconds now just to decide on the game plan. Like I said, Flamey did buy a Deagle before, but they might go against that at this point. A full restart came through. So they could go for the AWP here. Glass cannon on simple, electronic with a full rifle setup. That would be a gamble and a half. You do that, they're tying it up to 14-14 if you lose that round. If you allow this one to go by, take the partial, you can be fully equipped and close it out in the way you want. I'm so interested to see which way they lean towards here. Nothing purchased as of yet. 10 seconds remaining, and we're back into the action. There it is, Flamey with the Deagle once again. Looks like that's all they're really bringing. Zeus with the incendiary. Simple's got a shotgun here, a Nova. So there is something happening here. There's a set piece coming through. Here we go, back into the action. 14-12, and a shotgun has been brought out. I'm so interested to see what they do with it.
I respect the decision from NaVi not to get too carried away with the money in this round, because that would make problems worse. They still have a buffer of 2 rounds. So really, this should be NiP's, but I need not tell you how monumental it would be if they lost it. Yeah, Ryan takes his time, checks inside a boiler. Nade on top of it to clear out the stairs, just to push any of the defenders back. Zeus, he's over toward B alone. Just to note, there's a stack top mid, we saw it. And he's hearing some activity toward the top of Banana, but Rez and Plopsky are also a little bit timid. But as you say, you built it up very well, and they did do very well in this situation last time. It was the single smoke missing that cost them.
Yes.
But up to that, the way they constructed the round, the way that they checked off the angles and cleared the control was brilliant. And they're doing that again now, except they overlooked the slight angle that's going to catch them out top middle. Bomb, thankfully, is over toward B, though, and they'll head that direction. The single kill, NaVi's aware of it. They're going to try and rotate and catch them out. Gun is available in the bottom side of middle. They're going to push down. Simple's gone by it, though. He elects not to grab it. He still has the shotgun. There's a gun that could have been easily grabbed at the top of mid. They won't have, but they've got them pinched in, and Simple is on the flank. Get Right starts it off. Simple knows now he needs to close the ground. He needs to get behind them. He needs to make the Nova work, and now it's upgrade to the AK, but Plopsky on him too soon. Zeus, he's still got res. 18 seconds, bomb with 1 HP. Get Right's gonna try and put it down. Plopsky has to.
He's done it!
He's gone. He could lose another one. One-on-one. He's got to get to the bomb. 10 seconds. There's time enough to do so, but the rotation from Flamey already in. He's got to hold it. Flamey's gonna sneak in so soft, and Plopsky, just barely gets over the half wall, but he's still not aware. He's in behind. He is now. He is now, and there's no gun in the direction of Flamey, but he's got a deagle. Map point NaVi.
There it is. The round they couldn't afford to lose. NaVi entered with a Nova shotgun, a Deagle, some P250s, and Zeus in his incendiary. I didn't think that investment was worth it. $600, it's a massive one to make, but it saves the day. It buys the time. It delays NiP for so long they can't even think about the flank, and it's the shotgun that connects, and it's a gut punch to the Ninjas at this point. The wind taken out of their sails, and now the pressure's on them. How does that happen? Forrest didn't stand a chance, and the 1 versus 1, I can't believe it. Flamey, I thought he missed his chance at that point. It didn't look like he'd done enough there. Plopsky had the advantage, and he turns around and gets a bullet to the face from the Desert Eagle. We're into the next round. Here comes Forrest. He's good for nothing, but there is the trade. Flamey alone on the B bomb side now. Do they fully commit to this push?
It's going to be Flamey that has at least hold it off. Drops the bomb for a moment. Lines up another headshot on the third. So crisp, so concise, and it might be exactly the last round of this game. As a result, Plopsky's going to plant. AK still in hand, 2 kills. This needs to be an ace from the rookie on NiP.
Ouch.
First time on a stage like this for him. And he doesn't seem too scared or timid, but stepping into the smoke, Electronic closes it out. NaVi take map 1. It is their map choice. And Mirage comes up next.
What a game. That really has set the scene. We had some absolutely spectacular moments. That's what you want to see. NaVi picking up that map pick. It was a close game, 16-12. Some absolutely electrifying moments in there. Get Right's performing with some stunning moments, and Simple, he's hitting absolutely everything, but Flamey stole the show at the end. He finishes at 28 frags and 18 deaths, and a really clinical finish with that spray down on the AK-47 at the B-bomb site.
With that, we've got to take a break. What a finish. It was worth the wait. We'll be right back with the desk and map number 2.